Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 140 for January 22nd, 2025. I am Nemesis, and I am joined by Alcatraz here.
Hello.
Yes, I don't think I can see a huge amount of stuff in the world of anime news, at least nothing that caught my eye. There probably is something that someone, really cares about, but I don't. So,
I think the Miku movie came out in Japan.
Did it come out in Japan already?
I think. I have to double check that, but I think it came out in Japan.
Yeah, okay.
The colorful stage Project Sekai Miku movie.
Yeah, so the new season has started, of course, of anime stuff. It's now started.
Yeah.
We're getting into that
There's
now.
a bunch of interesting ones that might be in this one. We'll see what we get.
Yeah.
We'll see what we get.
Actually, what I'm saying is pretty much all romance and isekai. Or both. But, beyond that, I've just been pretty much keeping up with Shangri-La Frontier. Still. Finally had a big climax thing. Of course, hey, look, another thing's going on. What? But, so I guess we'll just go ahead and move into our main topic.
Yep.
Which is My Hero Academia. We're going back to that for season 2.
Two out of how many?
Out of 7 so far.
Oh, boy.
Out of 7. So far, there's going to be an 8th one. And at least one spinoff. At least. Because, it's a money train, so we got to keep it going, right?
Yep. Gotta milk that cow.
Yeah, anyway, so season 2 pretty much kicks off where season 1 left off. Kind of after the whole USJ incident. Where they were attacked by villains, but now they have to kind of literally just jump right back into their school stuff.
Yep.
And because we have to show that we're not affected by the villain attack. So what is it? It's the big sports festival.
Sports.
Yeah, the sports festival.
Bigger than the Olympics.
AKA, the tournament arc.
Yeah.
Because every shonen has to have that. Yeah, so the tournament arc is pretty much the first half of the season, and then the other half of the season consists of 2 more smaller arcs.
So we get 3 halves.
So, anyway, so the tournament arc is pretty much the first half. That's the major piece of it, and then the second arc is the internship / hero killer / stain arc. I don't know what the official name is. I don't really care that much what the official name is. Everyone will know exactly what I'm talking about with those things. And then after that, it's the practical exams for the semester, where they basically, that's a bit of an interesting thing in of itself.
Yep.
As an overall thing, once again, I feel like this largely keeps up with the standard that season 1 set, and still manages to be really entertaining overall.
Yeah.
There's there's definitely a couple bits in here which are a little, for me in particular, like, oh right, I forgot that was a thing. That's really frustrating to see.
Yeah.
But overall, in general, it's still a really solid show as of season 2. So, in the tournament arc, the whole thing there is it's multiple stages. They have a race, and the people who finish their, certain places, the first few places there, I think it was a 40 or something.
I think it was 40, yeah.
Yeah, get into the next page, which then is the
cavalry
battle.
Yeah.
Cavalry battle, which, kind of after everyone has team up. And then from there, placements there will then determine people who get into the actual tournament.
Yep, the actual bracketed one-on-one tournament.
So the race, everyone's encouraged to use their quirks as, they want, as long as you don't go too far.
Don't kill people.
Don't actually outright kill or maim people.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's fair game.
Yep.
And that had a lot of important story beats in that going on. For one, actually, Midoriya, Midoriya, good old green Naruto there, decided to, he did some things in the race. He got himself into first place by very smart things.
Yeah.
Basically launching himself with a bunch of mines.
By using a broken piece of armor from one of the robots that they were fighting earlier.
Yeah, he's like digging up the mines and everything. What is he doing?
What the
he
hell
lost
is he doing?
it, and then boom, he launched himself.
He did kind of lose it a bit. It's a little insane.
A little bit, yeah. So he wins that, and then unfortunately, it turns out that puts a target on his back because they decided, everyone gets headbands for the cavalry battle, and whoever got in first place has the most points. You're worth 10 million points, Midoriya.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna be gunning for you.
Yep.
Uh-oh. But despite everything, still manages to get through. I'm trying to remember his team was him, Ochako. Was it Todoroki?
Was it the dude with the tail?
No.
Or is that I'm thinking of someone else?
Tokoyami.
No, it was a Falcon. It was
Tokoyami.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where the fourth was. Because I know they're trying to get Ida, but Ida had a different one with a different team.
Yeah, Ida went with a different team.
I'm just trying to remember where the fourth was. It's been a bit now. Oh, regardless. So different team ups and whatnot. Everyone gunning for Midoriya. He almost, they lost his big 10 million headband, but he still was, get in.
Yeah, so get other ones.
Yeah, that's the other thing is the Class 1A here is not the only one, the characters we pretty much know at this point are not the only ones in this tournament. There's also Class 1B, the other here in the Hero Course, and plus there's also people from the business and support courses in general.
Yep.
So they're here, and of course they get the general kind of mumbles, we're just here to make the heroes look good.
Yeah.
But we see some oddities pop up here and there too, because there's also rumblings going on that people who perform really well outside of the hero course might be able to get into the hero course if they perform well here. Which is a big motivator for one of them in particular.
Yeah, one particular person he doesn't seem like the greatest of people. That one blonde.
Yeah, he's 1B. He's easy in the hero course anyway.
Yeah. He
just really hates 1A, though.
He just really hates 1A.
Leading to his other classmates kind of popping in. Okay, sorry. He's just like that. Don't worry about it.
But he keeps popping up. Keeps being a problem.
Yeah. His quirk is also a problem because he can just, if he touches you, he can take your quirk for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Is that...
copy your quirk for 5 minutes.
Monoma?
That was Monoma.
Yeah, I think it's Monoma.
Monoma.
Yep, that's him.
Monoma. Yep.
Nato Monoma.
Yep. Just weirdly, he keeps he keeps calling it Class 1A arrogant while he himself is quite arrogant.
Super arrogant.
You looked in the mirror lately, buddy?
He'd make a good Republican.
Dang. Yeah, so then it gets to the actual, the meat of this arc, which, the actual tournament, right? In which, well, to be honest, surprise, Midoriya does not win.
Yeah.
He's the main character. He does not win.
He does not win.
He doesn't even make it to the semifinals, I think. Yeah.
No, I think he came in third.
No, he didn't.
Did he?
No, he did not.
No.
He only got to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how he got knocked out. No, I thought he...
No, he fought Shoto.
Yeah, so... And then it became Shoto and Bakugo for
the final. Yeah.
So, yeah, he would basically be third.
No, he wasn't third. He didn't get to that. It was because before, if Shoto fought Ida in the semifinals.
Oh, am I forgetting a stage? I'm just forgetting a stage then. Yeah. I thought Ida was earlier. But yeah, I might be confusing it with the later one. But yeah, he got pretty high up there.
Because I remember because Ida had to leave early. He got third, so he wasn't able to be at the award ceremony.
Yeah, because of
he tied for third
brother at the beginning of the next arc started.
He tied for third with Tokoyami.
Yep.
The Birdman. Yeah, so that's the whole thing, is that because the tournament, you get like Midoriya goes up against, there's a guy from the general course, Hitoshi, who his whole thing is he wants to prove things, because his problem is his quirk isn't conducive to being noticed at, like, say, the entrance exam. So he got shown because his quirk is brainwashing.
Yep.
If he asks you a question, you respond, he can brainwash. He can take control of you.
Yep.
Which is he gets in the tournament and he talks to Midoriya and asks Midoriya a question. Midoriya responds and just.
Yep.
And then Hitoshi says, "Walk out of the ring."
Yep.
Midoriya just barely gets himself out of it.
His quirk gets him out of it.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. Inexplicably, it's something his quirk does. His quirk does something.
Yeah.
Not him. His quirk. Weird.
But then they're going, is it his quirk or is it him? Was he just able to use his quirk to overpower it? And yeah, they try. That's a little bit of attempted cloudiness there too, just try and keep it mysterious.
You see a couple of the characters. There's a couple of things here which actually play down the line later, like Momo losing pretty bad to Tokoyami. Like Momo, who again was one of the recommended, didn't have to even take the entrance exam.
Yep.
She gets like her butt handed to her by Tokoyami, and that comes into play later.
Yeah, Hurts her self-esteem.
Yeah, a lot. You get some interesting matchups there, like Hatsume versus Hatsume May.
Hatsume. It's
Hatsume
an
May.
M, not an N.
Hatsume May.
Hatsume May.
Yeah, May Hatsume, depending on how you want to put it.
I'm just here to sell my wares.
She's in the support course. She makes babies. Those are her inventions.
Yes.
Or things, not actual babies.
Yes.
She's intense.
She's very intense. She's an engineer.
Yeah, and she gets she matches up with Ida and basically turns into just a huge show of all her stuff before she just steps out of the ring. Like, okay, I got everything I wanted done.
Yep, I made my product showcase.
Ida was very irritated by this.
Like, you used me. Yep.
There was also several matchups where it's like Shoto scared the crap out of everyone. His first matchup, he just the half the arena is filled with ice.
Yep. One shot.
Yeah, in like an instant, the match was over.
Yep. It's because he was pissed because he had a run-in with his dad just before the match.
Yeah, and everyone's ticked. I think he even apologized to the other guy. Sorry.
Yeah, I took it out on you.
And everyone's a little scared of him now.
Yeah, because you're starting to really see the
power
just
gaps.
how powerful he is.
Yep.
And then it all comes into play when it's Shoto versus
Midoriya.
Deku. Yeah.
Yeah, because we find out Shoto, this is one of the big important things. We find out Shoto's
Todoroki
dad is abusive.
He's also the number 2 hero in the world.
Yep. Endeavor.
Yeah,
he's abusive, and there's a whole thing we called quirk marriages, where people got married and had children based to try to basically make a better quirk for the kid.
Selective breeding.
Yeah, which is technically illegal, but when you're the number 2 hero, it's one of those things.
Also,
like,
how do you
those
prove
in
it?
Power.
How do you prove it?
Well, those in power don't really have to follow the same rules as everyone else, as we see a lot in real life. So it's pretty clear that he was abusive, particularly and even though Shoto was his ideal, they find the ideal match of fire and ice and everything, which is Endeavor's fire quirk and his wife's ice quirk, and her name is Ray. Yeah, who once and why does Shoto have that scar? Oh, because his mom threw boiling water on him. Yep. Because she's so she's broken by by Endeavor that she sees his face in her kids and can't stand it anymore and does something to change it. Then she had to go away then after.
Yeah, no, she's in a hospital.
And there's a whole thing with Shoto finally sees his mom after a long time and makes some degree of amends.
Yeah. It's all because of Midoriya.
Because we see Shoto he's just using his ice quirk. He's not using the fire part.
He refuses to use his dad's quirk.
Yep.
Yeah.
What he says, and Midoriya gets through to him, it's not your dad's, it's yours.
Yep. Make it yours now.
And and then the thing was and Midoriya is literally breaking himself to do so. Yeah, he's trying to minimize, so he's using just his fingers because again, he still can't control his quirk at this point.
Yep.
So he's using the flicks with his fingers and stuff, trying to last as long as possible. Then he just keeps going, and now he keeps going with already broken limbs and
mutilating himself.
Just getting her through, and then Shoto finally uses fire side and it beats Midoriya.
Well,
kind of,
sorta,
kind of.
It was the they had to step in and stop it.
Yep. Nope. We're done now.
They had to stop it, but in the end, Midoriya did end up out of the ring from that last blast, so they gave it to Todoroki.
Yep. And then Midoriya also got a bit of news himself when he winds up in Recovery Girl's place again, which is I am not going to fix these kind of injuries anymore.
Yep.
You need to learn how to control your quirk.
Yep.
So that's a fun time.
God, and then the final battle. Oh my god.
Not just that. Before we get to that, I want to talk about that because there's other big one, which is Bakugo versus Ochako.
Oh, that one did not go the way it was, people thought it was going to go at first.
Very interesting one.
So held her
initially going on, Ochiko's like, okay, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, reasonably.
But also, she's like dialing in, like, I am going to do everything I can to beat him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, she kind of almost did.
Yeah, she held her own. She came close.
And there's a lot going on there because initially everyone was like, that was the thing. You see a large chunk of the audience getting upset at Bakugo because it's weird. You see that the benevolent sexism, which is why you do. She's a girl. You can't go so hard against her. That sort of thing. And their teacher Aizawa was like, hey, he's doing this because he sees her as a real threat.
Yeah.
What the heck is wrong with you people that you are acting like she needs to be protected or something?
You gonna go easy on a villain that's doing harm to people?
Yeah.
No.
And then on top of that, because her whole thing was like she, gets him constantly firing off blasts towards the ground so that he's kicking up tons of debris, and she's just making it all float. And then
without notice,
it takes him. It didn't notice initially until everyone just realizes, looks up, and there's just tons of just rock
floating above his head.
And then she launches.
That's really smart. Of course, he just overpowered it.
Although we see he
was at his limit.
Yeah, he's like he actually hurt himself a little bit to stop it. So it's like at that point, and then she's like, okay, she tries to keep going, and then she collapses because her body gave out.
Yep, she hit her limit too.
She's still trying to keep going. It's like, and that's the thing we see. Well, in a very weird Bakugo way, she did get his respect, particularly after he found out that was not Midoriya's plan. That was because he assumed Midoriya gave her the plan. He's like, no, that was all mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, she kind of earned his respect, which is not something he gives to a lot of people.
No. No.
So yeah, she's kind of earned it because not only did she fight her hardest, she forced him to go to his limits just to win.
Yeah.
Which he didn't have to really do before this.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a big thing right there. Which also, this is a part of the reason why that for a while the Ochako Bakugo ship was kind of a popular alternative ship. Because this was kind of that launching point right there, was that matchup.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I could see it, but nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Yeah, you see, some of the other Monday members, of course, get through that tournament stuff, but, a lot of them get, like, knocked out in various ways, because, of course, they do. Kirishima, the hardening guy, winds up against the guy from 1B, who also has a very similar quirk. He can harden his skin. The other guy can turn his skin to iron, because his name is later Tetsu, because that's just a stupid joke, because Tetsu is iron. It's just a dumb joke, because it's every single part of that because 4 Tetsus, and every single part is spelled differently in the Japanese alphabet.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid joke. But the two of them, they wind up paired off against each other in the match, and the thing is, they're 2 even matches. They keep just hitting each other over and again, and no one's giving until they're like, okay, no, we need to stop because this is not going anywhere.
Yeah, they had a tie, didn't they? It was a tie game. They had to do it like arm wrestling.
Yeah, arm wrestling was Kirishima won. But yeah, apparently the two of them more or less found a new friend in each other too.
Yeah,
because they're like, oh man, dude, you're so manly. Yeah, so are you.
So those two are a ship.
If anything, actually, Kirishima's helping ship with Bakugo.
Yeah.
Because we see a little bit, but Kirishima seems to just not see Bakugo's standoffishness. He just kind of goes right through it and just like, hey, Bakugo.
It's because he's too hard-headed.
He's just kind of he's just going to be, I'm your friend now. Just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And Bakugo's like, no.
Hates it, but he can't stop it either.
Yeah, but we get to the whole thing, like Bakugo beats Tokoyami, because Tokoyami, his whole thing was the dark shadow. It's, weak to light, and, explosions cause light. So, Ida loses to Shoto, and, because, Ida, I seemingly think he has a chance, but, nope, Shoto does the thing, although Shoto stopped using his fire again.
Yep.
And then it's, Shoto versus Bakugo. Big thing. It's like, Bakugo's holding his own. Although at this point, we see that Bakugo has realized Shoto is better than him at this point.
Yep.
And he's not happy about that.
Not happy about that, but he is also, the thing he's even more pissed off about is that
in the end, when they're fighting,
Shoto
starts to summon his fire because, Bakugo's like, use all of it. Use it all. I saw you use it. Do all of it. Go.
Yeah, he's pissed off because he knows Todoroki's not actually putting it all out there.
Yeah,
he's not trying as hard as he can.
So then, he sees it. He sees the fire start up, and and then he just puts it out, and then pretty much lets Bakugo hit him out of the arena.
Yep.
And Bakugo realizes that what happened, and he gets really angry, tells him to get up and keep fighting, and Bakugo
pissed.
wins, and he's angry about it because he knows he didn't deserve it. He knows he should not have won.
Yeah.
He knows this, and he's so upset over it.
It's at least a hilarious scene of him on the podium, just pissed off,
Chained up.
Number one.
And you see All Might there, because All Might's giving out the awards, and then he
It just
and he tells him actually let this be your burden or something like that. Let this be a reminder of what you need, how you need to improve.
Yep.
Mad. Yeah, Midoriya. Then that's the big thing. Is this leads into Midoriya needing to he needs to learn how to control his quirk.
Yep.
And,
which is sort of the point of the next arc.
Yeah, the internship part, because after the results of the sports festival, a lot of them got offers from various superhero agencies to intern there, including, not surprisingly, Bakugo and Shoto. Shoto got more than Bakugo, probably because they all saw how Bakugo is and went, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? But yeah, a lot of them didn't really get any offers, but because there's always the open ones for everyone, so everyone can intern, because it wouldn't be fair otherwise.
Right? Yeah.
Because if anyone who needs the most work, the people didn't do as well. But Midoriya gets exactly one offer.
One.
And one that scares the crap out of All Might. And Midoriya's why is All Might scared?
It's never a good thing when All Might's scared.
It turns out the offer was from All Might's mentor.
Yep.
Who apparently left some scars. Mental ones, not physical ones.
Though he does have those physical ones that we saw last season.
Yeah. That's from a different thing entirely.
That's from something else.
So we get, Gran Torino.
Gran Turismo? I mean...
Gran Torino, the car. No,
Yeah.
wait. The old man, actually, who...
does not have Alzheimer's.
No, even though he tries to pretend he's a senile old man,
He very much is not.
yeah.
But he plays it up.
He's there to train Midoriya.
Yep.
And Midoriya finally gets through to him as Midoriya realizes he's been going all or nothing on the quirk. It's going 100%, which is not good.
But the other big one, he developed something that he learned accidentally in the first season during the USJ incident.
Yeah.
Because he hit someone and he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
So he was able to start learning, there is a possibility to tone it down. But the other big one he learned is that he kept focusing on I need to charge up in one spot.
Yep.
And then that just does not work.
Yeah, it takes too long. And
then having to switch between different spots and too much focus. And then he
learns, charge with the whole body, but only 5% of the power.
But only 5% so it doesn't break him. But the whole body so he can easily move and do everything quickly.
Yep, so he figures that out, which is good.
That's a big deal for him.
Yeah, because that's one thing. Is also he kind of starts figuring out how to basically start kicking off walls and stuff to launch himself and move quickly, which in the anime apparently it's kind of generic, but in the original manga it was a direct reference. He directly references Mega Man X as his inspiration. Even that was removed from the anime.
Yeah, I didn't get the only thing that they did in that one is that Bakugo gets mad because it looks like his moves.
Yeah. So that's his big thing. And then we see with Ida, he had to leave the sports festival early because he got a phone call that his brother was in the hospital.
Yep.
Ingenium was in the hospital because he got attacked by the hero killer.
Yep.
He's alive,
but
he's never going to be he's never going to be hero again. Believe the idea is he was paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah, likely.
Which is problem with your whole superpower involves your legs and running and everything. Well,
either paralyzed or damaged so much that he can never use his quirk properly or something like that. Either way, he's out of the business.
Yeah. And that really affects Ida.
Yeah.
Although he tries to hide it.
Yeah. It's obvious, though. Ida idolizes his brother.
He eventually takes, in Genium, he takes up the name and...
eventually.
He tries to fight the hero. He specifically goes for a hero agency that's based in the area that his brother was hurt.
Yep.
because he's gonna go after the hero killer, like an idiot.
Like an idiot.
Which is, not what Ida's, a little high strung and a little bit of a wet blanket sometimes, but he's not an idiot.
No, he's not.
But emotions kick in and
yeah.
His brother was hurt, so
yeah, like I said, he idolizes his brother. That's his personal hero is his brother.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, the hero killer claiming that his brother's not a hero.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it leads us into this whole arc with the hero killer and learning about the hero killer's motives and how it kind of combines or clashes with the League of Villains.
Yeah, that's interesting there too.
Hero killer, if I remember correctly, he said his whole deal is that he's proving that the current line of heroes are not real heroes because they're all in it for the money or personal gain or whatnot.
Yeah, so he's basically all these heroes aren't true heroes except for All Might. Because he has really high standards. Basically, no one's really a true hero. So his thing is basically he's forcing. His whole idea is he kills these heroes, and that forces these other heroes to kind of hold themselves to higher standards.
Yeah,
and it's kind of working. It's a weird thing. That's the scary part.
Yeah,
makes the other heroes a little more jumpy.
But he has a very overdeveloped sense of motor skills.
Yeah. But yeah, Shoto winds up actually turning with his dad. Much as he hates him, he also has to admit that, okay, yeah, my dad might actually know a thing or two if he's the number 2 hero.
Yeah. Even horrible people do have useful assets.
Yeah, Bakugo winds up with Best Genist. Which winds up being a huge pain for him.
Yep.
Because Best Genist tries to force him to be someone he's not.
Yep. I'm going to teach you some manners.
Momo and a girl from Class 1B, who was Itsuka, they wound up being with another pro hero who kind of mostly seemed to be in it for the fame. And it's like, was this all a huge waste of my time?
Yeah, it kind of seems like it was.
Because we're just sitting here modeling for products and whatnot. That's
Yeah.
Don't like that. Ochako ends up going with Gunhead. It's because Gunhead's why I thought you wanted to be rescued here. Well, but I need to shore up my fighting ability, and Gunhead's a fighter.
Yep, that's what it was. Also, apparently, Gunhead's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's weirdly cute.
Oddly cute.
Yeah, or of course, Mineta tries to intern with Mount Lady because she's a hot girl, and what happens? He finds out, she's going to basically be a slave driver and force you to do all these chores for her.
Yep.
This was not the thing you thought it would be, did you? Was it? He kind of deserved it, though.
He deserves that.
Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to mention, at the beginning of the season, they actually also picked out their hero names.
Oh, yeah.
They finally started doing that. Like, all the Bakugos all got rejected because he was trying to death murder explosion or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Initially, we got, in some weird ones, like, Mina tried to be Alien Queen. It's like, like the movie? No, that's scary. You can't do that. People are going to be scared of you if you do that. Oh, but I really identify with
I mean, which parts?
Yeah, Midoriya wants him being Deku. He just said, I'm going to take their insult and make it mine.
Yep. Thank you, Ochako.
Yeah, Ochako becomes Uravity.
Uravity.
Ida first is just Tenya until he takes it in Ingenium.
Yep, he picks up the actual because he fought it for a while. He didn't want to do it until after the incident.
Yeah, particularly his brother told him he wanted him to do it.
Yeah.
And Sue becomes Froppy finally.
Froppy,
yeah.
Yep.
What was it? Momo becomes Creati. Kirishima, what was it? It was Red something or Crimson something because he was trying to honor a hero he really liked.
Yep. Manetta became Grape Juice, I think. Something like that.
He is he becomes Red Riot.
Red Riot.
Because of Crimson Riot. And is that Kyoka becomes Headphone Jack.
Yep.
Yes. Toru, the Invisible Girl becomes Invisible Girl.
I mean, it's descriptive.
That works. That sure works. Yeah. So on and so forth. So you get a bunch of the hero names finally, which is nice. But yeah, going back to the internship stuff. So by sheer coincidence, Midoriya is going to go out with a patrol with Gran Torino. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna go. It's kind of a low crime area. There's gonna be some low levels. That's kind of basic, purse snatcher type things. No big deal. It's easy. It's pretty basic stuff that you can get your, get your feet wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a Nomu tears open the side of the train.
Yep. Another one from similar to the one
because there's now 3 of them. Because that was the thing. Shigaraki there met with Stain, the hero killer. Because at first it's like, oh, we have similar goals. They do not have similar goals.
They do not have similar goals.
Because, Shigaraki wants to kill All Might, and Stain idolizes All Might, and you can see the problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, decides to go ahead and unleash the Nomu, and at the same time, Stain's going out. And I was actually gonna. This is one of my things. My frustration was the hero that Stain went after. That where then Tenya got involved.
Yeah.
Native.
Yeah.
It's like, I see. We're just going to have a Japanese woman in stereotypical American Indian garb.
Not great.
Call her native.
Not great.
I don't like that.
Really not great.
I don't like that at all. That's kind of frustrating and...
yeah. It's not great.
Yeah, I was not really happy with that. I totally forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really frustrating that there's a character and it's one of those things they could have. That's one of those things they could have absolutely fixed it from. That's what, that's a minor character. Just go ahead and change it from the manga. Nope. Still like that.
Nope, they left it in.
Yeah, it's so minor that just like not even credited, like not even properly credited on any list.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It really is to see something like that. It didn't need to be that way.
Thankfully, Native is such a non-character that's not relevant beyond this bit, but it's still frustrating that thing. See that, but yeah, because of that, Ida winds up there, and Midoriya kind of pieces together stuff about Ida and the hero killer and his brother. Oh, wait a minute. He goes and finds Ida. And, punches the crap out of Stain initially. Then Shoto shows up because Ida sends a signal out. I was like, hey. And Shoto goes, huh. Probably should investigate that. I don't know what that means, but something's up. Midoriya would not just send that with no context without a reason.
Yeah.
Then, so it winds up being Shoto and Midoriya and Ida versus Stain. And they actually managed to take him down.
For a little bit.
Yeah, then he got it back up for a little bit before he kind of went unconscious again.
Yeah. Just long enough to kill a Nomu.
Yep. The Nomu that was grabbed in Midoriya. Because he saved Midoriya. Because he actually respects Midoriya because he sees, All Might in Midoriya. And since All Might's a good hero, Midoriya is actually a good hero. And he's going to live. He's going to let him live. He's like, everyone else is going to die, but you get to live.
Yep.
Because you're actually, the makings of a true hero. It was really warped perspective, but yeah. So then the Nomu get killed, including one by Endeavor, who just grabs one by the head and just lights it on fire.
Yep. You can see why he's, number 2.
Just
and
boom, and dead.
Yep. I believe these Nomus were not as powerful as the one we saw at USJ.
Not quite, but still pretty powerful in their own right. I mean, we see all these pro heroes struggling with them in general, so that's a thing in its own right. Yeah, so that was the big thing is, so they all got their injuries and stuff, because that's the thing. We find out Stain, his whole thing, why does he have so many blades? Because if he cuts you, you bleed, and if he ingests your blood, he can paralyze you.
For a little bit, yeah.
For up to 8 minutes, I believe, depending on your blood type. Different blood types have different lengths of time.
I think type O is the shortest.
Yeah, regardless, it was Midoriya was like the shortest one. Yeah,
yeah, because it's type O.
So he was able to cut back, and so they beat the guy, and injuries. But Ida in particular got pretty injured. He got stabbed right through the arm.
Yep. And
then afterwards, they're in the hospital, and they're told that they're given a lecture.
Yep.
About how they overstepped and they shouldn't have done that, and how by a dog cop.
Yep.
Dog-faced cop man.
Yep.
Which
is one of those things out of crime.
Westerners really reacted negatively to that scene because cultural differences.
Yeah.
We saw that it's like they did nothing wrong though.
Yeah, they did what had to be done to save people. They caught the bad guy.
No, but see though, because they weren't officially registered as heroes, they basically were functionally working as vigilantes. and thus what they did was bad.
Yeah,
it was a bad
technically
thing.
what they did was illegal.
Yeah, so they did something illegal, and they should be ashamed of themselves for just jumping in and doing that without a. But also, they also realize it's really bad PR to basically, punish the kids who took down the hero killer.
Well, I think, especially the way the dog cop did it, I think it was more of a, you broke the law. We are technically required to punish you. We can't do it publicly because of PR, and also we're really happy you did it because he personally thanked them for their actions.
Also, the story is going to be Endeavor took down the heroes.
Like, this is what the story is going to be. I need you to stick to that so that we can keep all of our ducks in a row.
And
but also thank you for doing, because he
thank you for
bowed.
doing it. Yeah, but he said his thing was personally, but he said officially, we are supposed to reprimand you.
Officially, we have to.
Officially, we're supposed to punish you. We'll not really get a big punishment because, well, officially this did not happen.
Yeah.
Because, they know it would be a PR disaster if the public saw them getting punished for
taking out the hero killer, yeah.
We also got Sue got our own episode.
Yeah.
It's an anime exclusive, not part of the manga. A brand new thing. She got to go on a little high seas adventure.
She got on a boat.
Got to go on a high seas adventure and stop a smugglers.
Yep.
Who the leader was very Cthulian. I mean, his name is literally Innsmouth. Like, come on. Yeah, and he working with what's his face, the seal guy, Sealy.
Yep.
Sealy, yeah.
And Sirius
Yep. And that weird thing where he's so uncute he becomes cute.
Yeah, he keeps trying to be cute.
Like, Everyone else thinks it's uncute, but he's like, oh, so cute.
Froppy thinks it's cute.
As far as I'm concerned, Froppy's right.
Froppy can't be wrong, so obviously.
Yeah, that's pretty much the intern arc. Everyone comes back from that, and then we got the exams, which initially there's the first part. There's that one part which was, hey, All Might's going to pretend to be someone in trouble. Whoever gets there first wins the race, right? All 5 at a time. And that's where everyone goes, whoa, Midoriya really cranked up.
Yeah, that's when everyone notices the intern.
And Bakugo is really angry about it.
Yeah, because you stole my moves.
Yep, you stole.
How dare you take my number one place? You can't.
Midoriya learns a lesson about gravity and friction.
Yep.
Because he was really far ahead, and then
slipped on a pipe,
and there he goes. Yeah, and then that was a minor thing, and then we have the actual exams, practical exams, which is after the written exams, where some of them did not do so hot.
Yep.
But yeah, the practical exams, which is, they have the thing, the upperclassmen told me what we have to do is basically just have to fight the robots from the entrance. Oh, is that all? That's no big deal.
Awesome. We can do that.
Ha, wrong.
Teachers come in. Yeah, we changed our mind.
What you're going to do is you're going to pair up and you have to actually fight a pro hero. Capture them by getting these handcuffs on them, or you have to escape.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, also the pro heroes are all wearing weighted things, basically.
Just try and make it more fair.
Make it more fair. Yeah. They're all pretty much struggling. Some of them struggled more than others, but yeah, a lot of them are pretty much just struggling because it was hard, turns out.
Yeah, well, specifically because the pairings were done very specifically.
Yep.
They're going to pair them together to try and get them to
shore up your weaknesses.
Shore up their weaknesses, or get them to realize, and also put them against the teacher that would best exploit their weaknesses to really, really teach them.
Yeah, like Kirishima and Sugar Guy. Rikudo.
Got Concrete Dude.
Yeah, Rikudo were going up against Cement Toss, and they're basically, let's just punch. The problem is Cement Toss has a lot more stamina than they do, and they wore out and just collapsed.
Yep.
And they're the first match that everyone freaked out. Goes, oh, God, what?
This is not going to go as easy as we thought it was.
Yeah, so you got all that stuff. Yeah, so there's specifically, you also have, you get Momo and Shoto. This is where that thing with Momo's confidence was shaken pretty hard. She just kind of let Shoto take the lead. Because, well, he clearly knows better than I do.
Clearly, he's number one.
And they're going against Aizawa.
Yep, against
Eraserhead. It was going kind of bad. It was going really bad. In fact, Shoto was captured and Momo was just running away and pretty much has no real chance. But then there's that moment of realization, and she goes back and saves Shoto, and then realizes she says she has a plan. And then she kind of had one, but Shoto's probably better. No, so tell me what it is.
What's obviously not, as he stands there completely strung up.
Yeah, so they eventually do Momo's plan, which worked.
It worked.
Although there was a little whoopsie.
A little whoopsie. Yeah.
And of course, did Aizawa actually take it?
Kind of let him go
on her, or did he kind of let it go because it was a solid plan, or did he actually was he telling the truth when he said no? I was just doing that because I knew Shoto was under there and I didn't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
Because one of the things was also Momo realizing that Aizawa there was still a little weakened by the USJ attack.
That's a weakness. You got to exploit it. I mean, that can come up if you're fighting a villain, if you know the villain's history. Like, wait, they were just over there. They might still be. They've got a slight limp from their last incident. We can exploit that to get away or whatnot.
Yeah, Tsu and Tokoyami had to fight a guy who could basically clone himself repeatedly, and
to a certain limit.
Yeah, they kind of had to work. Yeah, 30? They were able to.
You can make 30 clones.
Yeah, 36 if he sings a karaoke. Apparently, for some reason.
Yeah, that was what, ectoplasm?
Yeah, and they were able to capture him. I know Mina and Electric Guy Denki went up against Nezu. Two class idiots kind of going up against this guy who's literally smarter than any human.
The president of the principal. Yeah, the principal himself.
And he had a little bit too much fun messing with them.
He got into that one. Because it's weird, that whole one, because Nezu is just very happy. Just very easygoing, happy for principal. And then we see him, he just kind of has
a little
let go.
Some pent up anger from apparently he's experimented on when he was earlier in his life.
Yep.
They don't really get into it, but he was experimented on, and apparently he has a bit of a grudge against humans. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Laughing maniacally.
Yeah, and then they have Mineta and Sero against Midnight, the R-rated hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has the whole thing where she has
she has like a pheromone thing that puts people to sleep.
Yep. Works better on boys for some reason. I noticed a lot of fan work trying to clarify to anyone better on anyone who's attracted to her.
So most boys and lesbians.
Yes. or just sapphic women in general. Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating because, oh, cool. Why does Mineta get a big hero moment? Because he got his big hero moment. Yeah, it's like really frustrating. It's like, it's one of those things like, if I don't know if a lot of people actually like Mineta except for kind of weebs I don't like to talk to.
Yeah.
But generally, Mineta is it's like, don't like the fact he got a big hero moment. That's kind of born of his perviness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he figured out, he put Sero's tape over his face and was able to withstand the pheromones and stuff so he could actually run away.
And was able to stop Midnight with his little
purple ball thing.
Was able to immobilize the weapon.
Yeah, immobilize her and the weapon because he also used the ball thing to stick her to her whip. Jiro and Koda. Koda can talk to animals, although
that one.
He tends to use sign language. He's selectively mute.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
He's a very, very quiet person. Doesn't like to talk.
Because the problem, they were up against President Mike, who's very loud, which, for Jiro, that's kind of difficult considering she has enhanced hearing. Someone who's that loud is really bad for her.
Yep.
On top of that, since Koda doesn't talk much, there's a whole thing they just don't know what to do, and because he's just firing off sonic waves, and she kind of fights back a little bit, but surprise, hey, he's still able to overpower her, and then can you talk to insects? Oh, hey, guess what? Turns out he's afraid of insects,
terrified of bugs, but
he's still able to, and he sees the fact he finally notices her ears are bleeding.
Literally bleeding,
because he said like that. Seeing that she's putting her all in like this tells he needs to get over himself and fight.
And then gets a whole swarm of bugs to pop up underneath the ground.
Yeah,
and like,
if my whole leg was covered in a ton, like that many, like so covered in bugs, I couldn't see my leg anymore. Yeah, I'd be freaked out too.
And everyone's like, "Oh, that's horrifying."
Yeah, he passed out because President Mike just passed out because nope, I'm done. And Ochako and
oh man, there was one thing that kind of bugged me just on being a nerd.
Yeah.
Kind of bugged me. they mentioned, use the insects to go underground where sound doesn't travel as well. It's like, no, actually, sound travels much, much better through the ground. It travels way better through solid matter.
Yeah.
That's not why the bugs are not affected. They don't have ears.
Yeah, but then you got Ochiko and Aoyama. And they're going up against 13, who's just using the black hole, and they don't really know what to do because they're just kind of hanging on for dear life. And then Aoyama just asks Ochiko, "Do you like Deku?" And
what? No, I don't. And she lets go.
She lets go, and because of that, and then she gets close, and 13 has to shut it off because you do not want to kill a kid.
You don't want to, because anything gets
and
close.
And then, Ochiko's training kicks in from Gunhead, kicks in, and subdues 13, gets the cuffs on him. Oh, and,
that was a really smart move.
Yes,
yeah, it was. It was totally planned.
Hey, by the way, what did I want to ask you about? Nothing.
Nothing.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Midoriya and Bakugo are paired together because, they do not. It's pretty clear the two of them are really good at this, except for the whole whenever they're near each other, everything falls apart.
They hate each other, and guess who they get paired with?
Well, Midoriya doesn't hate Bakugo necessarily.
Well, yeah, Bakugo just.
But regardless,
they
need to work their crap out, and they realize that. So who they go up against? To All Might.
Against All Might.
Which is a scary thing. Again, All Might is not only is he depowered from, he's weakening in general, he has the weights on, and he does this, just punches the air and just wrecks half the arena.
Yep. I'm the villain. I don't have to worry about destroying things.
And it's like, oh crap. Because
that was another thing. It's like, if you're in an area that's populated, you need to limit the damage you do. So villains don't have to do that.
Yep. And that's the thing. We see Bakugo and Midoriya. Midoriya is like, we can't fight him. We have to run. And Bakugo goes, no, I'm going to fight. I'm going to win.
It's like, no, you idiot.
Well, that's the thing is like, there's a whole thing there because on top of this, it has to be Midoriya has to get past his hero worship.
Yep.
What else?
They both kind of do, but
they both have to get past their hero worship. And for Bakugo, that kind of involves, I got to beat my idol. And Midoriya is like, there's no way I can beat my idol.
Yep.
The problem is they're just in conflict with each other. They're also completely out of sync. Like, at one point, literally slamming into each other. And
yep.
All Might's taking advantage of this because it's part of the lesson. Although we see he goes real hard. And that's the thing. Again, this is a handicapped All Might. And he's still just
heavily handicapped. And he's still basically one shot.
He's just going, ooh, these are heavy.
Oh, these are really heavy.
And he punches Bakugo so hard he throws up.
Yeah. And
you see that Bakugo's still fighting him even though it's like he's just still trying to fight him even though
it's like, that tickles.
Yeah. And then, they come up with some plans, although they kind of work, and then, no, not as well as they're hoping.
But it finally works out in the end.
Yeah, virtually in the end, because, the whole thing, Bakugo fights All Might to keep him distracted while Midoriya goes to the exit, and then they take advantage of the fact that All Might has to stop Midoriya, so Bakugo keeps positioning himself in between, but that doesn't last very long until eventually this is it, and what happens? Midoriya goes back and gets Bakugo.
He lands a hit. Deku lands a hit
on All Might,
which he wasn't supposed to do. It wasn't part of the plan, but something clicked in.
Yep, and he grabs Bakugo and leaves,
and
they got their one.
Yeah, they won.
They got their thing. They got victory. And
God, I like that. As he goes, he says, "Please move, please move, All Might." As he goes in for that punch.
Yeah, and also the whole thing about the smiling, right? And there's Midoriya smiling. Cause you gotta keep smiling, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Bakugo and the thing. There's another step in Bakugo and Midoriya's relationship. We seeing that's the whole thing, and the other thing we see, kind of Midoriya still has a bit of hero worship, even for Bakugo, even after everything he's done to him.
Yeah.
And Bakugo has just still really upset over the fact Midoriya is starting to come into his own.
Yep.
Just because that's not how it's supposed to be.
Nope. Bakugo's supposed to be number one with basically no challengers.
Bakugo's having to deal with the fact that he is not as above everyone else as he just assumed he would be, because he was always a big fish in a small pond in middle school. Now he's just another fish.
Yeah, he is a big fish. And don't get me wrong. Even the pros know that this kid's got power.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely powerful. But yeah, up against All Might, even Bakugo was having that realization.
Yeah,
like,
because
oh my god,
again was pushed himself to his limits, was hurting himself to try to fight All Might, and it was just not working.
Yeah. Bakugo doesn't, fortunately for Bakugo, he doesn't even know that All Might's as handicapped as he is. Midoriya does.
Yeah.
Midoriya knows. Although, probably a good thing he didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, didn't go by the way, he's got a weak point on his ribs, on his left ribs. Go for that. Like, no, Deku, don't mention that. You're not supposed to know that.
Not supposed to know that. I don't know this.
That was the big climax point.
Yeah, then we got a weird episode at the very end, which is kind of Shigaraki and Midoriya wind up having a nice little chat.
A nice little chat.
Because the Shigaraki's once again upset because, well, hey, the hero killers overshadowed my efforts again.
Yep. Once again.
He's so mad, and now, but the thing is, the hero killers thing kind of resonated with some people who, hear about the League of Villains and they're in league, that they're with the hero killer, right? So this League of Villains must be doing something that I'm kind of interested in.
And then two people show up.
Yep, two
Apparently
people
they've shown up before.
Yeah, they were there briefly in some other things, but yeah, here they are showing up because they want to join the League of Villains, right? And Shigaraki's upset, so he goes out to the mall where, hey, by happenstance, Midoriya and the Glass are there because they're getting ready for the training camp that they all qualified for, even though they're told if you don't pass the practical, you won't get to the training camp. Actually, no, you are, because if you don't practice practical, you need this training camp more than everyone else.
You need it more than the other ones.
I lied to motivate you again.
Like that. If you keep doing that, we're going to stop believing you.
All right.
I'll keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind, he says, lying through his teeth.
Noted.
Yeah, so Shigaraki winds up talking to Midoriya, and we kind of have a little conversation there, which is... And also, hey, look, here's two villains who showed up. Dabi and Himiko Toga.
Yes, the one that I've seen a lot of.
Yes, Himiko is a very popular villain in this series. And we also see the guy that Shigaraki's working for. We saw it earlier, but All for One.
Yes, that was the other big reveal is
All
more
for
about
one
the One for All for One.
Yep. Which is One for All is derived from All for One. All for One is a quirk that lets him steal other people's quirks.
Yep.
And
his brother.
Yeah, the brother of the original holder of One for All.
Yep.
Who's been passed down, and Midoriya now is the ninth holder of One for All.
Yeah, so the original All for One
at one point
brother had a quirk. All his quirk was that he could give
away quirks.
He could give away a quirk. But then his brother forced
a quirk
the All for One onto him.
A quirk onto him. A quirk onto him, and then you realize he could pass it on, but also on top of that, passing it will also store and gain power over time.
Yep.
Because he realized he's not going to be able to beat his brother, particularly since his brother got some sort of immortality quirk at some point.
Yep.
So that was the whole thing. That's how All Might got his injury. He fought All for One, and he thought he killed him. But it turns out, no, All for One's on life support, but he's alive.
And preparing to pass it on.
Including, he took on a protege. Who? Shigaraki. So that's fun.
Yep.
That's the other big thing. So, All for One is alive. That's one of the... I can't remember if it was on recording or elsewhere, but you actually accidentally called One for All for One. And I very quickly corrected you because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Because, no, All for One's totally different.
Very different. All for One, One for All.
Yep.
Isn't that the Three Musketeers?
Yep, that is the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
And so that's we see the real big bad.
Yep.
The guy behind the scenes is there. And
you're seeing behind the curtain.
Things. And that final episode more or less just kind of gets those villains set up. It's kind of weird end cap to the season, considering the episode before feels like the real finale, but
it's a setup. It's just
weird epilogue to the season, and kind of because of that doesn't feel like it should be there. But I can also understand you're hyping
do
up the
something
next season because you have this many episodes you're supposed to make, and crap, we're an episode short. Well, guess we're adapting part of the next arc already.
Yeah. It also means, you got a cliffhanger and
because right at the end, continued in third season.
Yep. Got to get people into it.
But yeah, generally, like I said, this season was really well received, particularly the tournament part, because everyone loves a good tournament arc. When it comes to shonen, everybody loves a good tournament arc. It's always fun because you get to see the characters who often don't fight each other, fight each other, and you see, okay, how would those matchups go? And this one aired in 2017, so it's been a while now.
It's been a while, yeah.
This is also an important one because it gets a lot of the wheels turning on the wheels turning on the story now. We're seeing more about the League of Villains. We're seeing the more backstory about All for One and One for All. Relationships are continuing to evolve and change. We're having like Ochiko's confronting the idea, like, is she into Midoriya that way? Of course she says no. Of course not. That's ridiculous.
Of course not.
She says lying.
Well, is it a lie if you think it's true?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a lie if you believe it.
Exactly.
Then Midoriya is still weird about round girls, particularly Ochiko, because pretty girl talked to him. Wow, that's wild.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
We can also see against Shoto's big thing, about him and his dad and his family and everything.
Yep.
And we also some of the villains who are going to be playing some big roles in the upcoming stuff. But yeah, there was also a bit of unfortunately Mineta and some mild sexism.
Yeah, and the native,
which again is such a minor thing though. I much as I don't like it, still is pretty minor.
Yeah,
but it's still frustrating. It was there.
It is. It really is.
There's also a bit of Momo. Oh yeah, Momo again. She got her self-confidence back, after she's shaken up, and also see her. She invited everyone for study at her house, and everyone's kind of hearing her talk. But I was like, she's really rich, isn't she? And then they go to her house. Oh my God, she really is rich.
She's very rich.
At first, it's kind of this awkwardness. I don't know if I should even be here. I feel
like
I
not good enough.
And then she just comes out and she's so happy and innocent and pure. It's like, okay, never mind. That erases everything. I'm fine now. It's just they see that as like, okay, I can't make her upset. If I leave, she'll get upset, and I can't do that to her.
Must protect
that smile. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Momo's the kind of the sheltered rich girl who that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Very common thing in media. Just.
Yep. It's a good season. It really is. I really enjoy this. One thing I will say, the ED and OP are bangers.
There's 2 of them each, though.
Yeah.
Remember?
Especially the second half.
That reminds me, the ED for the second half was the whole fantasy theme thing, which inspired a lot of fantasy themed fan fiction for the show, not surprising.
Yeah. There's absolutely some bangers.
Mm-hmm. They tend to be, in general. So I think that's really kind of everything we can really get into without going super hard. Yeah. We're also running kind of long now, so I'm going to go try to get this wrapped up.
Yeah, there was a lot to talk about, and there are a lot of things happened. 25 or so episodes. 26? Yeah.
25 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's it for this episode.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I'm still looking forward to more.
Down the line, because we're going to keep going with this. But yeah, if you like what you heard, you can check out other episodes, both past and future, at newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com, spelled Libsyn. You can subscribe to the RSS feed there, or you can go subscribe via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or Amazon Music. You can find us on any of those and subscribe in those fashions. And, of course, you can contact us via email, newtoweeaboo@gmail.com, if you have any questions or anime recommendations or whatever. And also, you can follow our various social medias, all listed at newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com/contact. Everything will be there. So that's it for this one. Again, join us next time. It will be February. And we'll also be kind of taking a break from My Hero Academia because we're going to be talking about the new Winter 2025 anime.
Hey!
We're going to be talking about that stuff. Although I'm a little worried because I saw some of the apparently it was just starting to premiere. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's a little cutting a little close.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see what our picks are.
Yeah, so there's quite a few things going on, but a lot of them is like, wow, that's a lot of romance. Wow, that's a lot of isekai. There's not much else this season. So we'll see how that goes. But until then, take care of yourselves, particularly now. Holy crap.
Oh my God. Not looking forward.
By the time this episode comes out, these things are going to be significantly worse.
Yeah, not looking forward to the next 4 years.
Yeah. So check yourselves and everyone you care about.
Yep.
And don't snitch. So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.